Now that you've got what you wanted and got your feature on the channel, hopefully you can stop DMing me your video ideas.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're delving into the beefs and grudges of one of the Drag Race universe's most controversial figures, Willam.
And what's your reason to send me home? Because I read you and I tell you how it is?
No, I just don't think you like me, and I don't think you should have to deal with me.
Bob the Drag Queen.
Quite possibly one of the top 5 most controversial queens in the history of RuPaul's Drag Race.
For sure.
First queen to ever get eliminated. Her name was Willam Belli.
In 2023, Drag Race winners Bob and Monet X Change recorded a series of episodes about all their fellow contestants. Bob the Drag Queen brought up an instance when Willam performed a movie role in blackface.
Willam has also done some pretty offensive things in her career, which she has publicly acknowledged. I mean, Willam's done it all from literal blackface to...
While Willam was contrite and apologetic, she expressed some confusion and hurt about Bob's casual mention of it. Bob took this in stride. However, Bob also expressed some confusion of her own, as he was just stating the facts.
Apparently, the last queen who we mentioned that she got into trouble with blackface, I don't know what Willam said, but Willam said something, and I was like, I don't know what she said, but I guess she's mad at me or something.
The two seem to be friends in spite of this, and might just share the trait of talking openly about things like this. The fan who stole her dress. You don't even have to know someone's name to have beef.
I have nothing bad to say about the person, but there's so many better things to wonder about than what makes her tick.
Willam's social media followers were treated to a feast of drama when she took to Instagram to flame a so-called fan at a 2018 gig. Willam posted a picture of a woman in the crowd, accusing her of stealing a dress right off her body. Willam continued posting pictures of the stolen dress, and even reposted a picture of a social media profile that might have belonged to the woman who stuffed the stolen item in her bag. Days later, the dress was home safe and sound. Ilona Verley. Willam Belli is the kind of drag queen you do not come for without seriously considering the consequences. Canada's Drag Race contestant Ilona Verley found that one out the hard way.
You're the only one with an opinion. You're the only one going through anything.
Eat
When an Instagram follower asked her what meeting RuPaul was like, Ilona launched into a story about how rude Willam was backstage at a show. She alleged that the season 4 queen threw Ilona's powder across the room when she offered it to her.
Literally, your negative energy is like so much. I'm sitting here right now and I literally can feel it.
Negative.
Willam doesn't take an allegation like this lying down. She went back in her archives and found plenty of information that contradicted Ilona's version of events.
I never have to powder. I've been on Accutane 3 times. I don't powder at the club. I remember what I was wearing that night. It was like a purple Marco dress with like sunglasses. Why would I be powdering if I had sunglasses on it?
She offered to talk it out with Ilona on her Race Chaser podcast with Alaska, but that invitation seems to have gone unanswered. DragCon. The annual convention created and organized by World of Wonder is a celebration of Drag Race. It's no wonder they wouldn't want Willam to attend. Between her outspokenness about behind-the-scenes drama and her very public feud with RuPaul, she's definitely not the organizer's favorite person.
I was mad because like when I step into DragCon, it's like those kids going through the closet in Narnia. We become kings and queens. We're respected there.
So when she showed up in the line for RuPaul's meet and greet, it wasn't gonna go over well. Willam explained how she was tailed around the convention center before being escorted out.
My police escort out of DragCon. Legend. Sitting alone at the DragCon booth.
She even threw in a jab about how some of the queens at the event were cheated out of merch sales by not being given the Wi-Fi access they paid for.
I don't think I need to kowtow to them anymore because I don't want any of the gigs that they have. Everything that they do in their basement, I can also do.
Phi Phi O'Hara. Here's a feud that began during Willam's controversial run on Drag Race. Throughout season 4, she and runner-up Phi Phi O'Hara often traded insults during Untucked. Well, to be fair, it was mostly Phi Phi coming after Willam for some perceived elitism.
Willam, you've already said that you've been on all these TV shows and everything, so why are you here doing this?
I'm doing because I'm a drag queen and I need the stamp of approval from RuPaul to be a superstar.
Although it often felt rather one-sided, Phi Phi grew tired of Willam's attitude and didn't care who knew it. These two served up some of the season's tensest arguments.
You should not be here.
Your tone seems very pointed right now.
It's hard to say if their tension carried on after Drag Race. However, it seems like it lasted some time after their season, as Willam says she was removed from the first All-Stars cast when Phi Phi couldn't appear alongside her.
That girl that didn't pass her background check was also the one I probably would have had the most stakes with, from what everybody said, Phi Phi. So once it was found out she couldn't do Drag U, All Stars was after Drag U, so she definitely couldn't do that one. So they canceled me.
Detox and Vicky Vox. Classic Drag Race fans may have gotten their first taste of Season 5 contestant Detox when she was a part of DWV, a parody girl group made up of her, Willam, and Vicky Vox.
This boy is a bottom. This boy is a bottom.
But the trio broke up after only a few years. Redditors realized the group was making shady posts about each other. A dispute that began between Willam and Vicky Vox left Detox in the middle as peacemaker.
And I wasn't the one who was the most pissed off. I was kind of the middleman in the whole situation, even though there were things that were upsetting to me as well.
However, things devolved to the point where Willam took credit for the group's complete creative direction. Years later, it seems the relationship between the former groupmates has improved.
I don't want to say anything bad about either of them, but I'll defend myself to a degree, hopefully. And if that's entertaining at the same time for other people to read, that's fine, but I'm not trying to milk it at all.
Producers of Drag Race. Willam's disqualification from Season 4 is still baffling to this day. She insists the reason she gave at the reunion was actually doctored up by the production company.
So in other words, you were receiving conjugal visit from your husband, and unfortunately, that was a violation of the rules.
Visiting makes it sound like we were visiting and there wasn't no talking.
For years, Willam has consistently called out the show for repeated offenses. These issues include favoritism toward eventual winner Sharon Needles, a measly food budget for the cast, and being denied items the queens asked for while they were in sequester.
I stole, what else did I do? I got everybody high and drunk all the time.
In the years since, she has used her podcast with Alaska, Race Chaser, to continue to call out the show for its perceived manipulative editing and mistreatment of queens.
My problem with them started out with them not treating other people how they would want to be treated. They treated us very poorly on set.
Needless to say, we won't be seeing her on All Stars anytime soon. Acid Betty. This was the battle of the Drag Race podcasts. On an episode of the Race Chaser podcast, Willam revealed that All Stars 10 contestant Acid Betty had commissioned a paper gown for the season and had not finished paying for it.
I don't know what we did wrong other than say she didn't pay her bill that she told the other girl she was going to pay, and then she blocked her when she did pay some of the money.
Acid did not take that one lying down. She used her podcast with Diabetti to stage a rebuttal. She pulled receipt after receipt to show that the work originally done on the dress was not up to par.
Look at the back differences. Do you see how I literally had to redo the entire back? I had to literally pull out everything and redo it all,
It was clear Willam's reporting was lacking a lot of context. Though not surprising, if the comment sections are anything to go by, Willam didn't come off in the best light.
He knew the people that I worked with. He knew all the garments and outfits that I made. He knew that I made everything that I ever wore in the past as famous Acid Betty, period.
Mistress Brooks. This was like the feud to end them all. If there are two Drag Race contestants you do not want to fight, it's Willam and Mistress Brooks.
Willam is a clout chaser who is desperate for attention, and there's many things that point to this being a proven fact. I mean, we're talking about the person who lends drag to queens going on Drag Race just to make videos like Borrowed Blessings Bureau.
In 2025, they turned their laser-sharp reading skills on each other. Willam commented on Mistress's lack of professionalism both at gigs and during her run on All Stars. Mistress responded with a half-hour-long YouTube diatribe parodying Willam's longtime web series The Beatdown.
What really takes the cake for me is Willam claims she's never met me, which is somewhat true. She never personally met me in real life other than the time she was a fan and came to my sold-out show in LA where she watched from the bleachers and even made me turn around and pose and take a picture with her in the background.
She hit back at Willam for trying to sabotage her career despite a history of Willam seeking out her friendship. It's rare you see two people who are so committed to hashing things out really going for the jugular in public. We ate it up.
Mistress thinks that volume equals correctness, and it doesn't, because this isn't Untucked, and I told her that on the phone. She didn't like that. She's not very good at having a conversation without interrupting, which me too, I'm not.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. RuPaul.
You won tonight because you are a beautiful and talented queen. But it has come to my attention that you have broken the rules.
At the top of Willam's list of feuds has to be the biggest diva of them all. Most of Willam's beef with RuPaul seems to have emerged after her time on the show. After all, RuPaul was nothing if not entertained by Season 4's biggest agitator.
I want you to know that I really, really believe in you. And I thought you had a chance to go all the way.
In 2018, Willam revealed that a falling out between Ru and Ru's longtime friend and collaborator Matthew Anderson rubbed her the wrong way. She detailed a scene in the street when the two got into a cursing match over Ru not visiting Anderson while he was sick. Willam seems to have joined the group of contestants whose rosy-eyed view of the host changed after being on Drag Race.
I would ask her if she went to visit her friend Matthew yet, because I know she hasn't seen him in a while. He used to do her hair and her makeup and her photography, her retouching, basically everything.
What's your favorite Willam moment? Tell us in the comments.